Assalamu alaikum. So everyone, today I'm going to be talking about a video I saw from Ali Abdaal, and it's about habits to become a millionaire for those before they're 30 years old. Now, I am over 30 years old myself, but I thought, how could we apply these rules as Muslims as well? What are the kind of concepts we can take from that and, and use ourselves? And Ali Abdaal's got like a massive audience. So, I think it's something like 4 million sort of subscribers on YouTube alone, plus all the other Instagram followers, email, and all of that sort of stuff. And so I wanted to really focus as a Muslim how we can sort of apply that advice or these habits, because Ali Abdaal's applying his information to like everyone, to like a more generic audience, because he does have such a big audience, and that's what I am going to be talking about in today's video. Okay, so welcome to Simple Muslim Money, which is all about simple halal investing and personal finance for Muslims. Now, just a quick disclaimer, this is not financial advice. Everything I say is for information and entertainment purposes. Now, first of all, I want to say is this video from Ali Abdaal is not what I expected. He kind of really talked about the importance of relationships, and I'm sure a lot of you have heard it's not what you know, but who you know. That is so true, even though it's so cliche and, it sounds quite cheesy. And, it's something I don't think I've been that great at or thinking about that much. So, something I definitely need to kind of improve on. And, by speaking to the right people can make a big difference. And one of the first habits he talks about is cold emails. Just reach out to people with cold emails. You just never know what might happen and who might get back to you. And, if you kind of be genuine, authentic in that email, that can be really good and, a good way to kind of connect with people. And there could be, I don't know, just if you want bits of advice or, I don't know, mentoring and things like that. And it's definitely something I feel very sort of nervous about, but, something I definitely need to try. I do want to kind of connect with others and learn from others. I love to have people on the channel as well, trying to have some podcast interviews and that sort of stuff. So I definitely need to kind of build in this area and see what happens. And, I'll definitely keep everyone updated about that. Now, the second habit he talks about is consuming the right content from the right people. Now, this is definitely something that's helped me massively in terms of personal finance. I've been consuming content from Ramit Sethi, Dave Ramsey, Graham Stephan. There's loads of these people out there that have got fantastic information, and that, it was very hard to come by. But, with social media and content creation, all of this is now kind of accessible to everyone, which is fantastic all around the world. And also on top of that is there's also been certain channels that have given information specifically about Islamic finance. So Islamic Finance Guru is definitely one I would highly recommend. He's got so much information out there. It's actually not one person, it's like a team now. They've got like a massive team. I've been to one of their events before, and they've been doing really well. I've learned so much from them. There's another channel, Practical Islamic Finance, which I haven't sort of followed for a while now, but I've definitely picked up some few tips from that as well. So just finding the right channels and things like that will can make a massive difference in terms of how I'm investing and things like that. And also podcasts as well, not necessarily Islamic sort of finance podcast, but even just general personal finance podcasts. Like there's one called Choose Financial Independence, which I really like. And also Ramit Sethi, he's got a podcast that's come out recently that's really good, where he talks to couples about money and things like that. Dave Ramsey, his stuff you could get in podcast format. I mean, there's a lot of stuff out there, and it's very important to kind of consume that content. We do need to also be kind of careful. There is almost too much content out there, so it's just about focusing on certain things. It's impossible to kind of just listen to everything out there, but just finding the things that kind of really resonate with us. So for me, definitely Ramit Sethi, Dave Ramsey I like as well, Islamic Finance Guru. So I'm kind of try and focus on that sort of content, but also not just online content as well. Books, even though they might not seem as fashionable as before, they are still amazing. It's just one book just can have all this content just summarized in a nice format for you to use. So Ramit Sethi's book, I Will Teach You to Be Rich, is a fantastic book. It just gives a really good information just about everything, looking after your money, investing it, retirement, sort of how to use your money every month, things like that. That's a fantastic book. Another book is Your Money or Your Life. So I'll make sure to have links to these books below. I'm currently going through Dave Ramsey's book, which is Total Money Makeover. So which is really interesting. It's talking about having no debt and things like that, which really kind of appeals from a Muslim. And definitely something I'm planning on doing a video actually about his book Total Money Makeover once I've done that. And I'll be sure to have links to these books in the description below, as or Amazon links, Amazon affiliate links. So I appreciate anyone that clicks on those, because I get some commission based on if people go ahead and buy those books without no extra cost to you. Now, the third habit he spoke was about just meeting people. So going out and just just if you go to an event or something like that, just try meeting people and just speaking to them, getting comfortable, just sitting down at tables or just saying hi to people and things like that. And that's been really good for me. I've learned things about Bitcoin and stuff like that, just from kind of speaking to people just randomly and various kind of events and things like that, or people telling me about books that I've never heard of, even though, I'm quite big on kind of reading books. I'm always keeping an eye out for different books as well. And even setting up this YouTube channel was something that I didn't even think about doing. I used to watch a lot of YouTube, but for some reason it didn't click in my mind, why don't I create a YouTube channel? And I met a few people. I ended up meeting Ali Abdaal as well back in the day, and it was really useful, kind of just picking his brains and stuff like that. And that was really good. And kind of through speaking to people, I actually ended up setting up this YouTube channel. Now, one thing I do want to say is I don't necessarily like networking. When you get to one of those events and it's a networking event, I've never kind of really had a good outcome from one of those things. And I find it's much better just to contact people one by one, or directly, or having one-to-one kind of meetings and stuff like that with people. However, if I'm at some other sort of random event and there's some people around, and I will, where possible, try and speak to someone. You just never know what can happen. And this then kind of leads me on to the next habit, which is really important. It does sound really weird and woo-woo, but it's the fourth habit, which is bonding on vulnerability. And this is kind of really opening up to people, even someone that you might not necessarily know that well. So it does sound really weird, but actually does really work. And one of the things they spoke about was talking about your goals or your problems and things like that with someone. You never know what feedback someone might give back to you. Now, this isn't something I would just do willy-nilly, just everywhere, but I'll be kind of a bit more conscious, maybe if I'm at some sort of event and it's to do with business or something potentially, even though I don't go to any events like that. But it might be somewhere there that I might speak to someone. Or if I'm at some family event and I'm just sitting next to someone, I might just speak to them there. But it's a good way to kind of open up and learn about things. I've spoken about injuries or exercise and stuff like that before, and you never know, you could pick up some good things. Another thing I would say, sometimes you could pick up some bad advice as well, so do be wary of that. If there isn't something that you like, then kind of look into it, see if it's something you want to pursue. And one thing I think that did lead me on to thinking was that as Muslims, it would be good for us to talk about investing more and money and retirement and stuff like that. I feel like it's something we don't do, and it's really important that as Muslims we kind of do that and help each other learn. It can be, or can seem, quite complicated, even though it actually is. I wish I'd learned about this information a lot younger. I wish I'd actually taken action a lot younger as well. So I'm really keen on kind of doing that kind of going forward. And also it's a great way to bond, by talking to people as well and teaching each other as well. It's really good. The fifth habit Ali Abdaal talks about is thank you letters. Now this one again sounds a bit strange as well, but I've heard sort of good things about this. It's a good way to connect to people. If there's someone that you like online potentially, there's I don't mean from a marriage sort of prospect, I mean someone's content or something like that, drop them an email, drop them a thank you letter. It kind of links into that first habit of sending cold emails, and you never know, you might be able to develop a relationship and maybe get some help potentially from it, or if you've got a question or something like that. So that's something I would definitely be doing more from an online content point of view, rather than sort of random people in my sort of phone. Sorry, when I say random, I don't mean random, but just my contacts, friends and family. I think I'm going to start off on that front first and just kind of see how that goes. But I'm definitely need to kind of follow this up myself. And the sixth habit that I really like is put out value with no expectation of return. So when I do videos now on YouTube, I just kind of put them out because I think they'll be helpful, something that I enjoy doing. Because before I was thinking about, oh gosh, video needs to have good views, stats, subscribers, all of this sort of stuff. And definitely my mind was okay, I need to do a video about this or a video about this. Whereas now I don't do that anymore, really. I don't really kind of look at the stats, and maybe that's something I might do later on, maybe tweak things here and there, but I just definitely want to do things that I kind of enjoy and that I really like. So that's the plan that I'm doing. And so that's the whole thing around this YouTube channel. I just like doing videos, like to get them out there. So, and also helping others feels great. So I've found that whenever I help others with investing, and people actually take that advice and actually do stuff, it feels amazing. I don't expect anything in return, but it just kind of feels, you automatically get this like good feeling, especially if you're helping someone, especially if it's like a Muslim that, doesn't know about investing. I've been able to help someone out like that. So, and also, I could always end up learning things, like even if it's a beginner. I remember someone like messaged me once and I was speaking to them about funds. I actually learned like a few things from them, even though they were beginner. They'd done a lot of research and they kind of taught me about some different index funds, Islamic index funds and things like that. So it's really kind of interesting. And then the seventh habit he talks about is that you cannot compete with someone having fun, which is a quote from Rava Navikant. So do things that are fun. So if you do things that are fun, or as Ali Abdaal was talking about, was like, within your play / your play zone or your genius zone, zones that you really like and you really enjoy. So, I really like this YouTube channel. I want to kind of get better at doing it. And don't get me wrong, there are moments when it feels like it's a lot of work, but because I'm enjoying the YouTube channel, I'm kind of reading about it, I'm learning about it, I'm going to get better at doing it, hopefully. So that's going to kind of really put me into a good position, as opposed if I was doing something purely for the money and I was having fun and things like that with it, then I'm not going to do as well. I'm going to be finding it hard to compete with someone that is enjoying it. So find the thing that I'm enjoying and having fun with, and in the long term, I believe there will be a way to make money and do things like that. So, and one thing, big lesson that this came to me was that, if you ever thought about doing a YouTube channel or you want to become a content creator, I would say go for it. Like, if it's something that you think that's fun, don't, just start doing it, start learning about it, try to enjoy it. Don't worry about stats and things like that. I think I used to think, oh my gosh, if I set up a YouTube channel, no one's going to watch it and, I'm not going to get any subscribers. I'm not thinking about that anymore. I like doing the channel. I believe, I can help people out there. It's great learning about things and sharing that online and hopefully connecting with others as well. So if anyone out there wants to be a content creator or YouTuber and things, I don't think I'm not going to get interviews. I haven't got anything interesting to say. If you think it's going to be fun, just do it. You never know where it might lead and how big it might get. And just my final thought is that Twitter is like a big thing. Use Twitter, see what's going on in Twitter, and also like messaging other people on Twitter as well. A really good thing to do is build up a big Twitter profile as well. That's a great way to kind of, if you did DM someone, they can look at your profile and say, oh, hang on, this person seems quite interesting. They're doing a lot of stuff. So Twitter does seem like a really big thing there. So, but I just want to say thanks for watching. If you've enjoyed this video, please hit that like button, as it really helps with that algorithm and helps to share this video out. Assalamu alaikum.